like and subscribe for more new content. And hit that notification bell so you don't miss out. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today we've got the first war of season 24. And today I'm starting off in path 3 for section 1, and I've also got path 3 in section 2, as we're doing a boss rush to quickly take down the boss so that the global tactic is removed, and then everyone else will have an easier time in completing the rest of the paths. So first up is this Colossus, which I wasn't too worried about. It's actually kind of great because I wanted to ramp up my ghillie, as I have 3 minis at the end, which I will need a ramped up ghillie for. So very simple fight here. It's taking a bit longer than I thought, so I decided to just throw off some SP2s, get my combo as high as possible in the least amount of time, just so I can do the fight a bit quicker. I think I did throw on a boost. I just forgot to show it here. I think I just cut it out. Yeah, so I had a fair few boosts in overflow, which is great. I'll be using them during the season just to help get fights done a bit quicker and just be safer, hopefully not die. So yeah, this is a very simple fight, but yeah, like I said, it took longer than I thought. It was just boring, but I mean, I wasn't complaining. An easy fight to ramp up guillotine is always nice. The only thing I had to be careful of was when I pushed into SP2, I just sometimes the unblockable can catch you off guard, and if it does, well then you're stuffed. And plus, I don't really want to lose my combo either. But yeah, the evade mechanism from the synergy from Nick Fury and Quake did help me out once as well, so that was nice. It's always nice to have that little safety net there. Also gives you that extra confidence as well, whether you want to play a bit more aggressive, you want to maybe intercept and you do mess up, because it does happen every once in a while, you do mess up. And yeah, just having that extra safety net with the evade from the Nick Fury and Quake synergy is always nice. And yeah, so we get him down to 3%. I throw off the SP3, and yeah, long fight but very easy. Barely lost any health, and my guillotine is now ramped up, which is great. So that was the final fight on my lane. There wasn't actually too many fights on lane 3 in section 1 or section 2. But next up is this 6-star rank 3 Longshot, which I wasn't initially assigned to, but I just asked an officer. I'm like, well, I don't have that many fights on my path, and I'm still boosted, so can I just take it? And so I got the go. So this has power snack and backup recovery, which isn't too much of an issue with Quake. You just got to dex twice almost back to back. So you dex once, the power snack kicks in, and then they gain power, and then you dex again, and then once you've got that precision up, if you just don't hit into them anymore, that'll just stay up, and there's no more buffs to be nullified. So very straightforward fight. The only weird thing that did happen was when backup recovery kicked in, normally when I use Quake because of the concussion, instead of gaining power, they just gain health back. But for some reason, he still managed to gain power, and he threw off the SP1, and I did get hit from that, and that just kind of threw me off, so I did get smacked again one more time after that. But overall, went pretty smoothly, just lost a lot more health than I expected, which means, yeah, it's just, I was expecting to come out with full health Quake. So next up in section 2, first up we had this Obsidian with the notes, again, not too sure about this placement. Obsidian doesn't have an armor up buff, but I was actually a bit unsure, so I actually went into his I was looking at his abilities to see if I'm missing something. Maybe he does have like an armor up buff. But yeah, after scrolling through, I couldn't see any armor up buffs, so I just decided to go in with Nick Fury. Otherwise, if he did have armor up buffs, I would have gone in with Gilly, because she's immune to bleed. But I'm like, yeah, I'll just go in with Fury, just because I love using this guy, honestly. And I just feel so confident, just especially because like if you do mess up and he's about to go down, he just goes into his second state, which is always great. So again, very, very simple fight. I do just because I was not taking it that seriously, I do mess up at some point. I get absolutely smacked. Yeah, right there. Got absolutely smacked by the SP1, and then go in. I think I get smacked again. Yeah, I do. And at that point, I wouldn't really mind to get him down to his second state, because I did want to use him in his second state later on against a mini. But I was like, yeah, you know what? I'll just keep him in his first state. So I threw off SP2 and SP1 just to get that adrenaline healing. Which is so great with 6 stars. The adrenaline healing it makes a world of difference. That's other than like what makes 6 stars a lot more OP compared to 5 stars is that adrenaline healing. So next up I had this Terrax, which I wasn't too worried about initially. Just had strike counter, power combat rate, and buffet. But I was just planning to use Quake. The only thing I had to be careful of was at the start, when he has his rock shield up, you just want to stay away, and then once that's off, you want to dex twice again back to back. Once so buffet activates, second time the precision buff kicks in, and then he won't buffet won't activate again. But I was having input issues in this fight, and yeah, I was just off, just because Quake was dropping inputs. When I went to hold the heavy several times, she would just stand there, and yeah, that just put me off, and I die first war in the season, and I die. It's such a stupid death. But what can I do? So next up I had this Invisible Woman mini, which I brought Nick Fury for. Again, this is a very easy fight for Nick Fury, just because his damage input is great, and yeah, you can easily manage the invisibility from Invisible Woman, because while the bleeds are on, it's doing damage when she's it's got like that bubble thing up, and yeah, it slowly starts ticking away at the charges until they fall off, and then she goes into invisibility and then comes out, and then yeah. And then next up I had this 6-star rank 3 thing on Stun Reflect and Polka Dot Power. This was the main fight I wanted Guillotine for, and the main reason I ramped her up in the first place. To be honest, I've seen a lot of different counters for this node. I know Torch works well, and I've seen some others do pretty well on this node. But personally, my favourite is still Guillotine. yeah, she works great here. Just because she can take a fair bit of block damage as well, which is nice, and her damage output is great if she's ramped up. And yeah, with she'll also gain power as well. I won't be able to stun just because she doesn't apply a poison or incinerate debuff. So the stun shield never goes down, but you don't really need to stun, to be fair. Already a minute in, and he's already the 6-star rank 3 thing is already down almost halfway. And I'm not doing anything too crazy. It's a very simple fight. You just gotta be very not to parry. But other than that, you just gotta manage his rock stacks and not parry. Aside from that, it's pretty easy. And without stubborn, it's so easy to manage his rock stacks. Because you can dex easily and then just hit into his block and not worry about him going indestructible, and then you can't deal damage. And yeah. So over there again, the Nick Fury evade synergy did help me out a lot. But either way, I still, it threw me off, and I did actually parry and got smacked. I lost my combo, but I wasn't too worried. I had a lot of time left, and he was almost down. There was like barely any health left. I do get him some nice intercepts, but I wasn't even planning on going for them. It was just, I was going in to get him, and he came into me, which was great. So yeah, that fight was pretty easy and went well. So after this fight, I had a 6-star rank 3 Hitmonkey on, I believe, Brute Force, Limber, and the Best Defender. So initially I was told to use Gilly for this fight as well, but I just feel more confident with Nick Fury going into a fight where a defender is able to like evade you and stuff, especially with Limber. I knew that if I had to, I couldn't always rely on my parry. But yeah, luckily I did, because I did mess up a lot. The heavies he was throwing were just it was messing me up big time. I was trying to rush in, and he's got so many hits, and I was just getting smacked. But again, I was still in his first day, and I was just trying to do as much damage as possible. I do get smacked. He's at 71%, and look at Nick Fury. 19k crit, followed by his final gunshot. Another 24k crit. Kaboom! And yeah, this Hitmonkey, 8 hits in, and he just melts. He goes down. So yeah, I had one stupid death with the Terrax, but oh well, it is what it is. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.